release of Dark Crusade represented a significant change for Dawn of War. To start with, it was a completely standalone title, so you didn't need to own the base game to play it, though you would need to input CD keys from the original and Winter Assault if you wanted to play those games' factions in multiplayer. Speaking of factions, Dark Crusade brought two new ones to the fray, the Necrons and the Tau Empire. The former is my favourite faction across all the games, as A, their design is just so sick, B, they're very strong in Dark Crusade, and C, the lore behind them is pretty intriguing. Not to be overshadowed, the Tau bring a ton of advanced technology and slick battlesuits, and they're a force to be reckoned with, despite their relative infancy in terms of being on the galactic stage. The biggest change Dark Crusade brought to the table was its campaign, which took the idea of a linear narrative story and said, actually, no, we don't like that anymore. But this, yes, we like this. It's set on the world of Cronus, and there are some returning characters like Gorguts, and also feature the return of the Blood Ravens after their absence from Winter Assault. Unfortunately, though, our boy Gabriel Angelos is nowhere to be seen for now. A change I really appreciate in Dark Crusade's campaign is being able to play as any of the game's factions, instead of having that choice being left out of your hands. And while narratively it suffers because of it, gameplay benefits hugely. Once you've chosen a faction with its associated leader, you're placed onto a metamap in the style of Risk or something like Total War. It's also a nice nod to the origins of Warhammer 40k. No matter who you choose, the game starts with a cinematic to outline just what's going on here. Long story short, all the game's races have converged on Cronus for their own reasons, and it's up to you to crush the opposing six and lead your chosen faction to glory. And from that, you're really just released out into the wild without much direction at all. There are tutorial pop-ups to give you a hand, but your objectives don't diverge from simply conquer the planet in its entirety. For better or worse, the turn-based overworld is mechanically simple, and it won't take you long to figure out what it is you're meant to be doing, despite how many tutorial pop-ups there may be. And while it may share similarities